I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, seal my greed. That's how I get it, success ain't no giving. Some days I don't hit, I don't sleep. When I'm focused on dangerous, they don't want it when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank, I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze, the roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag, I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag, I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. Plus a family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket, Houston, we got a problem, ain't perfect, let them watch me. Elevating, got them noxious, cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the option, woo. Watch out, get ahead, watch out, get ahead, watch out, get ahead, woo.
It's time! Welcome to DFS by the Numbers with your host, Brady.
Better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers and welcome to Best Bet for UFC 289. We got a very special Wednesday night edition. We have 11 fights to talk about. That means we each will get one pass on this card, which we can get two because I'm not really feeling nothing for the first two fights, but going to be forced to play something here. As always, if you guys can, please leave a like on the video, subscribe here to the channel. I did link down Lou's channel, Gordo's channel, and Blood Money's channel down in the description. Also in the description, you will find the rules for Best Bet. And then also you will find the current standings, which we have the first, second, and place guy all on the panel this week. I think Lou's in first, Blood Money's in second, and Gordo is in third. I think I'm in like fifth or sixth. So we have some of the top guys in the competition on tonight's show. Very special show, very solid card for UFC 289. Going to kick it around. We'll start with you first, Lou. Lou, what is up? Are you looking forward to UFC 289?
Yeah, it's okay. But, I have to honor the Iron Sheik. I saw a few people in chat who said it. So, as the legend of the earth, I will make the Brady, the Gordo, and the Cody humble behind the shed. Brick your back, camel clutch. All right, that's it. Let's get down.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Iron Sheik.
I'll do a better imitation on Friday.
Perfect. I'm sure you will. Gordo, what is up? You looking forward to some 289?
Yes, I am. We all know that I am a very big fan of Canadian MMA for some reasons or others, and I'm happy to break down this card. I've already been called out for picking against some Canadians this week. I've apparently got my citizenship revoked, so I made up for it with some jerseys on the wall. I got the hat on. I got the greatest MMA fighter of all time, George St. Pierre, hanging out with me. So we're here to talk some fights, here to talk some MMA in Canada, and I'm super pumped for it. Happy to break it down. Absolutely. Last but not least, we got Blood Money. What is up, Cody? How you doing?
Good, man. Dressed up real nice tonight. For my boy Lou. This is my catch up with Lou shirt. I think I'm down about 8 or 10 units on him on this contest. So I'm happy to be on the show with the 3 top guys, and then have you on here too, Brady. It's gonna be a great show.
Yeah, man. Don't worry, I'm catching up this week. This is the week where I shoot past her whenever I hit a 66-1 draw on this card.
There you go.
And it's going to be my best bet as well. So I'm going to get 120 units. But yeah, Cody, last time you were on the show, your best bet was Sergey Pavlovich round 1 knockout, right?
No.
That was Johnny.
Yeah, my best one was Caio Borralho, second round submission.
Oh my!
I doubled it.
Even better. That was what, 7-1 or something?
Yeah, 750.
There you go, to 15 units. So there you go. That really helped you catch up to Lou. And let's see if you can pass him this week. I do want to shout out my guy Propaholic with the very generous $9.99, saying great panel here. Absolutely. Buy yourself a margarita. Yes, I will be heading to the Bahamas tomorrow, waking up nice and early, and I will be sure to get a margarita in honor of Propaholic there. Appreciate you, Propaholic. All right, don't forget to like, subscribe. Let's get those likes up, guys. We're going to kick it off right away with the first fight on the card. We have Diana Belbita going against Maria Oliveira. We got Diana Belbita -115, Maria Oliveira -105. We'll start with you, Lou. What is your best bet for this fight, or are you using your very first pass?
Pass.
I knew it. I felt it. I felt it. I felt the energy. I knew you were passing on this first fight. So Lou is taking his first pass, and only one pass this week, which makes things a lot more challenging. I think last week the guys had 3 passes. We only get 1, and I feel like this is going to be a fight that a lot of people pass on. But maybe Gordo, maybe you have something on this fight here.
I kind of have to, right? We only got 1 pass. I'm not using it here. We'll go ahead. We'll back a Canadian here. Give me Diana Belbita. Well, she fights another Canadian fight here, but she is someone who I think has the advantages in a lot of the spots here, and she is someone I'm picking to win this fight. I think she has the volume edge. I think she has the ability to be the aggressor in this spot. And although Oliveira always has the potential to win a point-based decision, I think it's a very low possibility here. I think it's going to be Belbita walking forward with the volume, and I think it's to be her who's going to have the grappling upside as well. And I think that considering the way that Oliveira seems to be a bit not react the best to strikes as well, you're going to have not only the fighter who looks to be doing better optically in Belbita, but someone fighting in Canada as well. We've seen judges in the past attribute a bit towards that, and maybe they can do that again here. Give me Belbita on the money line.
What line did you get there for Belbita on the money line?
I see minus 105 there, plus 100. I'm okay with any of them, really.
Unibet,
minus
sports
105
interaction,
Nope,
minus 105. When minus 105 works, I'm actually gonna go with the same thing. I want to get crazy on this show, and I will get a little crazy on this show, but there's nothing really sticking out in terms of like a crazy prop. Like I think Belbita should go out there and win this fight. I love the volume Belbita brings to the table. I love the fact that if this goes to a decision, she has that Canadian upside. She in a close fight, I think she has some takedown upside here as well. Would have much rather liked it at plus money, but minus 105, I'll take the Belbita money line. And for the record, if we got 2 passes on this card, this would be the second pass for me. Cody, what do you like for the first fight of the card?
Yeah, I like Oliveira by decision at plus 130. I believe that's what it was. I just think she's more athletic. She's faster. She has better cardio, more volume than Belbita. Like when I was watching Belbita's fights, she seems to slow down. She goes hard, like wings some hard punches in the first round, but by the second round, she starts slowing down, doesn't throw as much. That's how Gloria DePaula was able to come back and get the win on her. And Maria Oliveira has good cardio. We've seen that in her last fight against Vanessa Demopoulos, where she's pretty much clearly down 2 rounds and went hard in the 3rd round trying to get the finish. So I think she's going to have better cardio, better athleticism, and more volume. So let me get Oliveira by decision.
All right, Cody going with the Oliveira decision. Me and Gordo going with Belbita money line, and Lou, the smart one out of us 4, just taking the straight up pass there. All right, let's move on to David Dvorak going against Steve Erceg. We'll start with you, Cody. What do you like for this fight here?
This is the one I'm actually going to pass on. I don't have too good of a read. I think Dvorak actually finishes him, but I'm not going to bet on it just in case something weird happens with one of these late replacement guys where slip and fall and Erceg takes his back or something, gets submission. So I'm just going to pass on this fight. It's kind of a weird fight.
Lou, I know you can't pass, so what are you liking on this one?
I'm going to play the under 2.5 here. I saw there was plus 145 on one of the books. I got a couple of angles here. I know everybody's on the Erceg side, and I missed the bigger number on that. I know this is a short notice fight as well. This is supposed to be Dvorak and Schnell, which I would have hammered the under probably on that one. But
yeah,
I think Erceg's win equity is probably early. If he gets grappling going, can get an early submission against Dvorak. I know we haven't really seen a lot of the power from Dvorak on this level, but he might be fighting for his job here. I mean, I know he's had 2 losses to top ranked guys in the division, but I do think a loss here, 3rd loss here, especially the way the bloodletting is happening right now in the UFC, cutting a lot of guys off the roster. I do think Dvorak has to come out with a little more urgency. So could see a knockout from him, maybe in the 2nd and 3rd round. Erceg early sub. So at plus 145, I really like it for the under.
All right, Lou taking the under. I'm gonna pass on this fight. I'm gonna use up my pass here. I mean, I think Dvorak probably does go out there and win the fight. I just really don't like the line. And yeah, like you mentioned, Lou, Erceg opened up like plus 330. He was sitting around plus 385 for a second, which I think is just wild. But yeah, I think Dvorak probably does win, but minus 275, nothing I really want to get involved in. Gordo, what do you like for this fight here?
I'm really tempted to take the under as well, but we're going to go with Erceg finish only at plus 160. I know it might be a bit controversial this week. I know a lot of people are seeming to like Dvorak, but the way I'm seeing this fight play out is really just it's kind of reminding me of this Ivloya versus Lopez fight a bit, where we have a guy who we think's going to win, but not really cover his price tag that way. That's kind of what I'm seeing from Dvorak. Is Ursac's be able to keep it close, but at the end of the day, how often is Ursac able to win a decision? Right? He may have some slow opportunities, and that's why I'm taking him finish only here. And I think at plus 160, we are getting a decent line there. However, I don't mind Lou's shot on the under here as well.
Dixon, like in Steve, Propaholic on that 6-1 Urseg sub. TB liking Dvorak to go out there and get the job done. You can't be sneery saying just look at him. Lou, any thoughts on this?
In this economy?
This economy. Yeah, it's a wide line.
I take Dvorak minus 265 rather than Malarkey minus 500, though.
That is true. That did not turn out too well for sure. David inside the distance. Let's go. Urseg's chin is thinner than paper. I don't know. Has Urseg ever been knocked out?
No, he has not.
It just looks like.
I don't know. I don't know how Bondar. What happened in his amateur fight with Bondar, but not in his pro fights.
Astro Boy, yes sir. We got Uncle Wheezy in the building. What is up, Uncle Wheezy? We just got done doing that show. Yes, oi. All right. So I say we move on then to Blake Builder going against Kyle Nelson. Let's kick it off to Cody. We'll start with you. What are you liking for this fight here?
I'm gonna actually take the over 2.5 for I believe it's plus 120. I think there's going to be a decent amount of grappling in this fight, a cage control too by Nelson, and even when it's at range, I don't think it's going to be the most volume. I didn't see a lot of volume out of Builder in his last fight with Shane Young, and I just see a lot of grappling in this fight, and I think that Kyle Nelson's good enough to not get subbed by Builder, and I just see this fight going over. I think both people is pretty durable. They both got a decent amount of decision wins, and Builder can just be low output a little bit in my book. So, and like I said, I see a lot of clinch work here, just like kind of like that Nelson Herbert fight. I see a lot of that going on here. So give me the over at plus 120.
I could have taken the over. Lou, what are you taking here?
I'm calling an audible. Can't look at Nelson's face. Can't look at how Builder gets rocked. Can't look at these stats. We're like reach absorbing 5 strikes a minute. I mean, Builder's got 100% takedown defense, but like, come on, dude. He's faced one takedown. So like,
right.
Nelson's fatigue, he gets gassed. You know where I'm going with this, right, Brady? You guys, if you've been watching me at all, let's
just don't take my play.
Bags. Give me some yam bags.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Give me. I know it's. I have a feeling it's not even the highest odds bet on this one, but give me some yam bags. Both switch stances too. The hell with it. Let's see if I can go 2 for 2 on yam bags on the program. 20 to 1 odds.
Get up to 50 units.
If I go 1 for 10 and this is the one I hit, you all can suck it. But also to your point too, Cody, I've been burned on this Kyle Nelson under twice. Not falling for this crap again. So I could see this going the distance. And you always want a fight that's going to go the distance if you're going to take a yam bag shot. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought you were going to steal my play for a second, Lou. I'm actually going to go and attempt to hit the biggest play in best bet history. The best bet history. I am going to take the draw, 66 to 1 draw. And honestly, I think if it goes to decision, I think it's very much in play. I personally think there is a finish, but I think if Kyle Nelson gets a 10-8 round in the first round, we've seen Builder dropped. We've seen Builder 10-8 before. So I can see a Kyle Nelson 10-8 first round, Builder winning the second and third, or I could see Kyle Nelson winning the first and second via the wrestling, and then Blake Builder going out there and getting a 10-8. If we get a yam bags like Lou is calling, just another reason to like the draw. So 66 to 1, sign me up. Let's take the lead. Give me that draw there, and let's try to hit it. Gordo, what are you liking for this fight?
Wow. Props to you for taking that one. I'm going to do something I don't like to do very often. I'm going to go against blood money here. I'm going to take the under. I get why. And you know what? I'm with Lou in the fact that this has burnt me twice before. And maybe third time's a charm. It's just the metrics and everything I'm seeing here leads me to believe that this fight is supposed to end inside the distance. And it seems to be a pretty square play in that way, but that's what I'm seeing, right? You have a guy, Nelson, who is very dangerous early on with a lot of power, then likes to slow down, whereas Bilder can be hit very poor defensively, but has that 100% finish rate, will go forward and look to finish this fight here. It's pretty rudimentary in that sort of thing. And yes, I completely understand Bilder had that lower output early on. Maybe that's some jitters early on. I think in this matchup here, especially with the styles we have a guy who can be hit in Bilder and a guy who does tire in Nelson. I do think a finish materializes more often than minus 130 in tails. So give me the under 2.5 at minus 131.
Yep, I like it. I'm with Lou. I keep getting burnt on these Kyle Nelson unders, but I feel like Bilder's going to actually want to fight, unlike Jai Herbert. Like, Jai Herbert didn't want to be there. Same thing with Duho Choi. Dixon saying Nelson KO1. Interesting there.
Okay.
Nelson,
Bilder gets rocked every fight, so it's not. I know he's never been finished, but it's not inconceivable.
Right.
But then it's also Kyle Nelson.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is very true. Throwing $100 on Bilder, hashtag easy money. 100 to win, what, 40? Something like that. Dixon, I don't hate that look at plus 1050 then for the Kyle Nelson first round KO. Yes, we remember you called it Dontel Mays KO. Good
Nice.
call there. Gary agree there. Yam Bags. Yep, Yam Bags. Loose hit it before. Which it was the Ed Herman fight you hit it, right?
It was absolutely Ed Herman and Zach Cummings. And the bar I was at erupted knowing I had this absurd bet.
I love it. Bob the Builder round 3. I was actually considering that one, but I went for the draw because it pays more. All right, let's keep moving on then. We have Ayman Zahabi going against Arichi Long. We'll start with you, Lou. What do you like in this fight?
Just going to a little square play. I like Arichi Lang here. It's Arichi Lang, by the way. You mispronounce it. Weezy mispronounces it. It's like Batjery. I like Arichi Lang. Simply put, since he's moved up to 135, I like what I've seen better. I know Cameron Else kind of stinks, but friend of the engine, Jay Perrin, does have pretty good cardio fights like a rabid animal. And I just like what I've seen. He looks healthier, not having to cut that extra weight. Zahabi's kind of low volume. I do worry about this thing getting some home cooking on a decision. I definitely have to worry about that, but if there's a grappling advantage, it's absolutely Arichi Lang. On the feet, I think he's going to have more volume. As long as he's moving his head off the center line, so Zahabi can't just keep picking him off. I like him everywhere in this fight. So reasonable price for the money line here.
All right, Cody, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Arichi Lang, Clever Lang, by decision at plus 160. I think he's gonna get it done that way. Ayman Zahabi, he's low output, he moves around a lot, he's pretty hard to hit clean unless you hit him with that crazy spinning elbow like Ramos did. So I think that, and he lands pretty good counter punches, so I think that's gonna slow down even Aori Q Lang from putting out his normal output and just coming forward and marching forward like he always does. But I think it's going to be a good fight, but give me a Lang by decision. All
right, Gordo, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a sin here and pick against a Canadian and join you guys on Arichi Lang. And if I had another path, this would probably be the one, because I don't think I have the best read on this one, because I do think that technically speaking, Zahabi's the better fighter, except for style wise, or he's gonna. Arichi Lang, sorry, Lou, don't hurt me, is going to have the volume advantage, the takedown advantage, and a lot of upside in this matchup, which leads me to take him here. Zahabi's a guy who's mostly relying on a slow-paced fight or a knockout, neither of which I think he's going to get here. Give me Arichi Lang on the money line.
Yep, I'm going to take the same thing, Arichi Lang. I mean, this money line, it makes no sense to me. I kind of feel like something might be up. Like, I don't know why anybody would bet Zahabi, who he just doesn't do anything. Like, he has some of the lowest volume you'll ever see. He goes into fights and looks like he doesn't want to be there. He's a BJJ black belt that has attempted like 4 takedowns, only gotten one of them. I think he's extremely skilled. He just doesn't do anything. He doesn't fight. At least, Iori's going to go in there and fight. So I can definitely see like a robbery decision in play. The money line movement really does scare me a little bit, because I don't know. I really do like Iori in this fight. It just feels weird. So give me Iori. I'll take the money line as well. Looks like me, Lou, and Gordo are all on it. And Blood Money's on the decision prop. And money's still pouring in on Zahabi, who, again, He doesn't even fight. So I'm not sure why people are betting him, but I think something might be up here. Zahabi by alcohol and cigarettes? What?
I see some KO. I see some KO calls in there, and like, I don't know. Like, I mean, if it hits, God bless you. Like, it's hard for me with a guy who's fought 24 times, never been KO'd against a guy that throws no punches. So just
Already's fought 33 times, never been knocked out. So I think Zahabi had to be the first one to do it. Zero action on the fight for me, probably the best idea. Slightly into Zahabi here because I trust him to come in here with a good game plan. I don't know if he's ever came in with a good game plan. Eric Lang only has 8 KOs in, I think, 24 fights. Low rate for someone touted as a power puncher. And I like the hometown advantage. Yeah, hometown cooking is, I think, Zahabi's path to victory, to be honest. Yep. Zahabi by right, overhand right, or hometown robbery. I can see it. In the UFC for 6 years and only has 5 fights. Yeah, very, very inactive. He never fights. And when he does fight, he doesn't fight, if you know what I mean. He doesn't like to go in there and do stuff. All right. So let's keep moving on to the next fight. We have Jasmine Jazz the Vicious going against Miranda Maverick. We'll start with Lou Betya. What are you liking for this fight here?
I'm going to play Jazzu the Vicious, the plus 3.5 round handicap here. I do think this thing, I mean, you look at the over, it's going to go the distance at a pretty high clip. Talking about home cooking, do I think Jazzu the Vicious can get around here? Yeah, she's got a reach advantage. Yes, I think Maverick, the line is probably about right. She's the more skilled fighter. She's going to be the better striker. She's definitely going to be nastier on the ground if she gets on top, but I don't know, man. She doesn't fight like the greatest friendly style for the judges, and I can see Jacida Vicious stealing one. I'd rather play that for the sake of the show at minus 120 or minus 125 over Maverick, minus 310. So it's minus 125 on DK. I don't know what other number they have up there. You're on mute. You're not even a professional.
plus 125 on Bet Online. Plus 125.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, don't hurt me, Lou, but I'm going with the same exact thing. You actually brought it up on my show last night, and I'm stealing it. I like it a ton.
Go us.
Yes, it makes a ton of sense. I mean, Jasmine, all she needs to do is win one round and not get finished, and I think that's very much on the table here, especially with some hometown cooking potentially involved. So I like it. Going with the same thing, plus 3.5 there, plus 125. Bet Online Sportsbook. Cody, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Miranda Maverick by decision. What was it? Minus 145. I just think that she's gonna have a little bit better striking. I think that the grappling is gonna be pretty even, and I like your 9-year age advantage. And I mean, Jasmine's got pretty good wrestling. Like she's took second in some national tournament or whatever in Canada. But I don't know. I think that Maverick may be able to just be stronger than her and kind of goon her down. Because, I mean, she's got decent wrestling herself, but I don't know. After watching, like, the Kay Hansen fight, I think that Miranda Maverick should be able to beat Jasmine pretty easy. So give me Maverick by decision, minus 145.
Yep, I think that is the most likely outcome. Gordo, how are you attacking in this fight here?
Yeah, I'm going to go against Canada once again. Poor me. Dixon's going to get mad at me for doing it. But I'm with Blood Money here. I went against him earlier in the show. Happy to be aligned with him here. I'm on the Maverick by decision. And it seems just like the way to go here. I think she has a lot of the advantages here, not only in the striking, but I do think she is more physically imposing. I do love Jasmine. I backed her in her last fight, but this is a whole different beast in my opinion. And I do think Maverick's going to get her hand raised. I know a lot of the talks coming in on that Jasmine winning that silver medal, but as much as I love Canada, the Canadian wrestling scene isn't the prettiest either. So give me Maverick to get done by decision. I don't mind Lou's play either. We could all cash and all have a great day.
Oh yeah, I think so. No, Steve liking Lou's play. I'm liking Lou's play. I stole it, and then I like it. Let's see here. Jasmine by decision says Daz. Zero action here, but I'm picking Jasmine. And Dixon saying Maverick minus 320 in this economy. Lou, any thoughts on that?
I think it's probably lined about right.
But in this economy, though.
Well, I mean, I don't parlay plays like that. So
okay,
you know, once the show is enough for that line.
You know? Daz saying a draw. I don't know. Maybe because there's no yam bags, right, Lou?
Clam bags.
I don't know.
But I don't see clam bags there. They both seem like sportsmen's.
Yes.
Everything above the belt.
Yeah.
No.
I agree. We got
Maverick's a very good Christian from everything I've read. So
I saw you put that on Twitter. You're like, somebody was worried about Maverick getting on top, and you were like,
well, I'm out of hand.
yes, you are. Oh yeah, absolutely. We got our guy Patrick in the building. What is up, Patrick? How you doing? Yes, the party is here. Let's see if I missed anything here. Gordo, you made the list, the Canadian list. Goodness.
Yeah, I'm going against it. I don't think the Canadian
Chris Jericho reference is what he's doing.
Oh, I got you.
There's not enough Canadian flags around me to make up for going against her twice in a row.
I know there's not. All right, let's give it on. We have Chris Curtis going against Nasruddin Imavov, the featured prelim here. We got Imavov minus 152 and Chris Curtis plus 132. Let's start with Cody. What are you liking for this fight here?
For the purpose of this show, to catch Lou, I'm gonna go with Chris Curtis by 3rd round KO at what is it, plus 1,700?
It's plus 2,000 on Bet Rivers, and I know that because that's the play I'm giving too.
Oh, this guy,
Unbelievable.
I was wondering why you was messaging me my picks earlier on Twitter. I was like, but no, yeah. Give me Chris Curtis. I actually think this fight goes over as a bet, but like I said, for the show and something that I think really can happen, and to get that the plus 2,000. Give me Curtis. I think that, maybe he works that body, puts in that work in the 1st and 2nd round, and then it adds up. And Imavov always slows down anyways in the 3rd. And maybe he hits him with some big body shots and gets him out of there. So, yeah, give me Curtis by that. Otherwise, for like the pick on my show, it was Imavov by decision. But I'm not too confident in that. So give me the Chris Curtis 3rd round KO.
Yeah, I went with the same exact thing. I think these Curtis knockout numbers in general are just kind of crazy. And Propaholic bringing up the scorecards, no action for Curtis. I think that's a good look as well. Plus money on a lot of books. I think I'm with you, Blood Money. I think this fight probably does go the distance. Imavov probably wins the decision. But if there's a finish in this fight, I think it's Chris Curtis, and I think it's late. So I like that 3rd round KO 20-1. And if you hit that, you pass Lou, I get closer to Lou. It's a win-win. Lou, what do you like for this fight here?
Cancel out his Yambag win if he gets another one.
So I don't like Chris Curtis. I think this is a very
you hate him.
It's a very well-known thing. So I'm just going to say this right now. I'm only making this bet because I goddamn hate Chris Curtis. Watch the Friday show if you want to hear me challenge him to another fight or whatever I'm going to do. He's 3 losses away from facing me for the Parsippany Adam heavy cruiser middleweight championship. I'm trying to think what would make Chris Curtis the most upset here. It's not losing a 30-27 decision.
Yeah.
It's losing a split decision.
Ooh.
So for the sake of the show,
Ooh.
Nasruddin Imavov by split decision plus 800. It's not even great odds. I just don't care. I almost passed on this fight. This was going to be the pass, and I'm like, nah. So
that's not a bad look. I mean, I think if Imavov wins, it's probably a decision, maybe a split even.
I'll put it this way. This is the only way I'm can actually justify it. I think Imavov, if history tells us anything, probably wins round 1 at a pretty high clip. Yes. And I think Curtis wins round 3 at a fairly high clip as well. Yep. So what do we get round 2? I mean, we just saw Chris Curtis in a fight with, there was a little controversy with the headbutt. But a fight that one half of the round looked pretty good for Gaslam, one half looked pretty good for Curtis. I think Curtis is going to have the moments. I think Imavov is going to win the minutes. So could be really weird judging with this. Plus, we're not in Vegas. And that every time they leave Vegas, that's when the judging does get a little more questionable than usual.
Does Imavov get the Canadian rub since he fights out of France?
No.
I'm trying to think.
No?
I'm trying to think with Glass Joe. He was French. No, I don't think they liked him in Canada in Punch-Out.
No, they love saying George's Rush. I mean, I know he's not from France, but French Canadian.
Well, of course France would claim George St. Pierre. Of course they would.
I like that bet, though, Lou. That's a good bet, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, by the way, it's a terrible bet. I don't know what, and nobody should say, it's literally a bet made out of hatred. If chat hates it, I get it. That's fine.
Fair enough. Gordo, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, the Canadian French are different. They're their own breed, and I know that because I'm Canadian French. So we're gonna keep it there. I have Chris Curtis on my no bet list. I can't do it. This is my pass fight. I don't mind your shots on going broke here or going for the big plus money. I'm gonna pass and I'm gonna sit back and actually I'm gonna cheer for Lou Betya to get that, because I would love to see him fight Chris Curtis. That would get you some managing subscribers for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, not a cage fight, by the way.
And he would fight you, wouldn't he? Doesn't he accept offers?
Yeah, he'd fight.
Didn't he want to fight Dev the Dude or something? Dev was going to fight him.
Oh, Dev and I are talking about like a tag team match, like him and I. I mean, like, because I think Dev may hate him more than I do, which is wild.
What if Strickland
is going to challenge him to a drinking contest?
Right.
I don't like his odds now. I'm like minus 10,000 against him.
Yeah.
In this, and by the way, that's not even in this economy line. That's a value side.
Agreed.
I heard Brady and Wheezy saying that on the show on the Stat Digger on Sunday all the time.
What were we saying?
In this economy, I heard Wheezy saying it a bunch.
Yeah, somebody, I think it might have been the Malarkey line last week, but
it starts from TB, not the TB in chat, but of Chronic Combat was the one, like when I did the guest spot where he just kept saying in this economy, to where Guru and I were just like started mocking him. And that's kind of where this has grown from. It's like where that's, at least on my end, that's where this has grown from.
It's good. It's good stuff.
It's taking over the world. It is. Curtis Moneyline is a smash spot, says TB. Jared on that KO 3 for Curtis, 20-1. That's like in the Curtis third round or decision prop. Ivanov has the smooth footwork like Gone, and this will be a striking match. Curtis only boxes. Lou with some generational hating. I love to see it. He's always had something against Chris Curtis, right, Lou? I mean, when did this all start?
Since he was born.
Oh, I don't know.
No, I don't know. The Hermanson fight, I just didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way he. I mean, and that was a weird spot for him too, because he took the fight on short notice. I believe it was up a weight class. And Hermanson, from all indications, like seems like a fairly nice dude. Like he just won a fight by like not giving Curtis the fight he wanted, and that was enough for him to get the middle fingers and like, you know, I'll just watch. I'll save this for the Friday show.
Oh yeah.
Let's stay focused, Brady.
Let's stay focused. Over 2.5 is a smash. Yeah, I think over 2.5. Solid Imavov decision, says Christian there. And then Chris Curtis writes a Twitter rant after he loses is a lot. I mean, yeah, if he loses, we'll get a couple of that.
That's a good one.
And then
also somehow I'm not blocked by Chris Curtis on Twitter.
Same. I checked and I'm not.
Like how? I don't know how.
Didn't Couch Warrior just get blocked by him?
Everybody gets blocked by him. I'm the one that's literally like, I will fight you for like the Bucks County, Pennsylvania like, cardboard title I have, and I'm not blocked. So
nope.
Interesting.
He really wants that fight. He's waiting for more.
He doesn't want the smoke.
Of course not. All right, guys. So we're about to get into this main card. Before we do so, let's get those likes up. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Go subscribe to these guys. Links are in the description here. We're going to quickly go through the prelims, make sure we got everything correct here, and do a quick recap. We'll start with myself. I'm taking the Belbita money line, -105. I'm passing on the Dvorak fight. I'm taking the Blake Builder draw, plus 6,600. I'm taking the Arichi Lang money line, -105. At Jazz Devicious, the plus 3.5 point spread, plus 125. And then Chris Curtis, KO3, plus 2,000. Lou Betya, he is passing on the Belbita fight, taking the Dvorak under 2.5, plus 145. Builder, Yambags, 2,000. Arichi Lang money line, -105. Jazz Devicious point spread, plus 3.5, plus 125. Imavov split decision, plus 800. Lou, is that look right to you?
Yeah, I just wish you would have written Nelson Yambags, because I like the idea better of him getting slammed in the sack.
Builder Yambags.
No, yeah. I can fix it.
Yeah, I like the idea of Nelson just, you know, getting the yam bucket like Munoz last week.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, Gordo, you're taking the Belbita money line, -105. Urseg finish only, plus 160. Builder under 2.5, -140. Arichi Lang money line, -105. Maverick decision, -145. And you're passing on the Curtis fight. Does all that look right?
It does, but it looks like I'm missing a plus 2,000. Maybe we have to get one in there like you guys.
Yeah, you do. So I have the plus 6,600 for some reason. Shooting for the fences there. Curtis KO plus 2,000. Blood Money has a 2,000. Lou has a 2,000. Yeah, I mean, I think Gordo, you are due for a plus 2,000 or better in this main
Sack
card.
up, Gordo.
Yeah,
I know.
All right. And last but not least, we got Blood Money. You're taking Oliveira decision plus 130, passing on the Dvorak fight. Builder over 2.5 rounds plus 120. Richie Lang decision plus 160. Maverick decision minus 145. Curtis KO 3 plus 2,000. Blood Money. Cody, that look all right to you?
Yes, sir. Looks good.
Oh,
Looks like a winner.
Yes. Yes. Especially if you hit that Curtis KO 3.
Yep.
All right, so we'll move on to this main card then. We're going to kick it off with Eric Anders going against Marc-Andre Barriault. We got Barriault around minus 130, Eric Anders sitting at plus 110. We will start with, how about I kick us off here? So the play I like in this one is going to be from DraftKings Sportsbook. I like Marc-Andre Barriault to win this fight by third round or decision at plus 140 there. I think it is most likely decision, but in a case where Anders does slow down, maybe Barriault gets him out of there late. I think it covers, both the outcomes there. I expect this fight to probably go to distance, probably go over. I think the overs are solid, but I like Barriault to get the win. I like him to win by decision, but give me the extra third round there. Plus 140 on DK. Gordo, what is your bet for this fight?
Yeah, I have written down just the Barriault money line, but I'm tempted to just play the round 3 KO to catch up to you guys. Round 3 KO for Barriault's plus 1,700. I think that's definitely a possibility, but I've been playing safe so far. I'll play safe for now. Maybe I'll find a plus 2,000 later. Just give me Marc-Andre Barriault due to his volume and pressure at minus 130.
Marc-Andre Barriault money line minus 130. Cody, what are you liking for this fight?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Marc and Andre Barriault decision. I think Eric Anders is tough enough to survive. I mean, it might seem like Barriault's a murderer because what he did to Julian Marquez, but he just folded. I mean, there's a lot of guys that's went the distance with Barriault in the UFC and beat him, like Andrew Sanchez and Jin Young Park and just a lot of guys. So I think Eric Anders, he's a big dude. He's a strong dude. When he gets in a little bit of trouble, I think he'll be able to hold him up against the cage. But I do think that as Anders slows down, Barriault will take over and get the decision. Because, I mean, we've seen Anders take that beating from Khalil Roundtree and didn't give up. The only person that's finished him other than Munoz by that armbar was Thiago Santos back in the day, and he's a savage. And that was really early on in Anders' career. So, yeah, man, give me Barriault by decision. I was just looking for it. Plus 165 or 175 in that range.
Okay. Sounds good. Marc-Andre Barriault decision for Blood Money. Gordo with the Marc-Andre Barriault money line minus 130. Myself with the round 3 or decisions. So it looks like we're all on the same page thus far. Lou, what do you like for this fight?
Let's go different. Anders KO plus 330 on DK.
Nice.
I like the camp change. I mean, I like Fight Ready a lot, but I think he got everything he needed to go out there. Now he's at MMA Lab, and he's training with Sean Brady at his new camp. I'm not trying to say the Dawkins fight's going to be applicable here, but I just don't love Barriault. He was getting rocked by Marquez in the first round. The only reason Barriault won that fight is because Marquez gassed. Anders isn't going to gas here. He has a huge grappling advantage. We've seen that Barriault can be controlled. I don't want to risk a decision prop here, but Barriault's chin has certainly been compromised before. We saw him get knocked out in 3 seconds against Sheedy. So I think if Anders gets on top of him, he could ground and pound him out of there. So give me Anders KO plus 330.
Anders KO plus 330. All right.
And he's burned me so many times.
Oh, yeah. He always burns people, Eric Anders. Yeah,
but,
for sure.
Why not?
I think he did cash a bet for me in his last fight, though, against Dawkins. So that was nice. Let's see here. Dixon saying, do you all think Anders wrestles this fight? Yes, over under 3 takedowns. I think he wrestles. 3 is a lot. I think it's close. Lou, any thoughts over?
I don't really like Barriault's get-up game. So I don't think he's going to get a bunch of mat returns here. I think if he gets a takedown in the middle of a round, you look at his numbers against Iron Turtle, but Iron Turtle has good ground game. He has good takedown defense. I think if he takes Barriault down, that's probably where the round ends. So, could he, if he's going to get 3 takedowns, if he gets 1 a round, you're getting a push there. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The 3 is a pretty big number here.
I know that's
is that what it's lined at Prize Picks?
No, I doubt it. It's a really, really good line there for Dixon. Any thoughts, Gordo?
I personally think it's under, but I get why he would go out there and shoot practically for takedowns. It's just someone like being on the Barrio side like I am. I don't expect him to go out there and land takedowns at will. And as Lou said, it could be one just to end the round and then no more success after that.
Yeah, I think it's right around 3. So really good line. And Cody, any thoughts on that over under?
Yeah, I think it goes over. I think Eric Anders is super, super durable. And like I said, he's a lot stronger and he has more gas than Marquez. So I think there's going to be just like the thing that worries me about even the Marc-Andre Barriault bet is that Anders, I thought, beat Jung Young Park, man. And Jung Young Park's a beast with great cardio himself. I mean, he's got better cardio than Marc-Andre Barriault. He beat him. So I don't know, man. If he can land his takedowns, but I think that'll slow Eric Anders down more if he grapples too much. But he can hold him up against the cage and just beat him up there a little bit. So I think it goes over. I'm probably going to bet the over if my casino will ever release the lines. I only have one bet in so far. I got the 4 or 5 bets that I want to put in, the rest of them, but my casino will not drop prop lines or over unders.
Well, hopefully they do by fight time. I mean, it's only Wednesday, so maybe tomorrow they will.
Yeah, usually they're out like Tuesday afternoon. But they killed me last week. I had that Jamie Malarkey Silva parlay because I wanted to bet the Silva under at 2.5, but they wouldn't. They released every over under except that one. So, but in my state, gambling will be legal on the 28th. So maybe I'll start doing some online stuff.
There you go. Dash saying Anders will or always gets in a clinch situation. He'll try to get cage control and do pretty much nothing. It's on the table for an Anders fight.
Yeah.
I think this is for Lou. Why so low on Chris Curtis?
I mean, like if you've watched any of my content for ever since I started, you'll know. Yeah. So I will save the rant for. I don't like to do the rants as I'm a guest.
Yeah.
So I'll do the rant on Friday. Just gives you incentive to watch the happy hour with Monk Maddox and myself. 5:30.
I'm sure there will be at least a 15-minute rant because there was last time on I remember you broke.
Yeah.
And it was awesome, by the way.
But part of the fun is that I've been at the bar for 3-4 hours. Like that's what makes it so fun. Like I'm sober right now, so I'm just like, yeah, he's a jerk.
Yeah.
But like, I get some talent, but I get some talent juice, and then it's like then the fun begins. Monk just like slinks away. He's like, "Yep, I'm just getting off the screen right now."
Stacks agreeing with Lou. Anders KOing Barrio. We got Jenna Marie in the chat. What's up, Jenna? We got TB saying Karina KO sub was the easiest money.
It was
money. Dash saying Anders KO. When was the last time? What was that, Lou?
Smash spot for Karine Silva.
Oh yeah, it was.
Last fight.
Last time was it Vinicius Moreira or was
Dawkins?
It was Dawkins.
Oh, yeah. So that was like last fight, Daz.
Yeah. He's won for his last one.
But before that, though, it had been a long time. Like, and everybody knocked that dude out. So that's a good point, though. It really is.
Yeah. So the last time was last time. All right. We got Big Hotel with a dono 220 saying PFL Silveria and UFC Malott no distance. Hashtag Big Hotel. Anybody looking to PFL this week? What is who's Silveria?
I haven't.
Any
I know
insight?
Silveria is good though. I know that.
All I know is everybody's betting Maurice tomorrow, and I'm like,
oh yeah, that's terrible.
I've seen that on Twitter. Who's the guy he's fighting? I seen the line, but I didn't look up the guy or nothing.
I don't know. DraftKings just put PFL back in Pennsylvania because we didn't have it for a while because of the whole incident with, I think it was the Challenger Series where the fights were taped.
Oh yeah,
and nobody knew they were taped. So they
James Krause.
Right. So they had betting lines on taped fights, and like you're looking at them go from -200 to -1800 in like they're worth the Contender Series lines. So they just didn't even allow them for over a year.
I heard they're doing that on Krause's Discord, like giving out the free ones. That would have been sweet.
So Silvera's fighting Delon Monte, who only has one fight go to decision. Everything else is any side of the distance. So one that looks to be pretty violent.
There you go. Got a nice violence parlay from Big Hotel. Shout out to Big Hotel. See if we can hit that one for you. I've not looked into PFL at all. I've been very busy this week. But let's move on. We got Dan Ige going against Nate Landwehr. We will start with Gordo. What do you like for this fight here?
I'm finally getting towards some plus money on this one. It seems to be a decently popular one this week, but I'm taking Dan Ige to win by KO. This is one I'm taking. Oh, my thoughts are getting all rambled here because we finally got some plus money. Not some plus 2,000, but plus 200 here on the KO. I am someone who took Lingo to beat Landwehr, and for that same reason, I got to go with Ige to beat him here as well. Bad pick on Lingo. I think this is time for Ige to really show that he is levels above. Landwehr does have that ton of cardio, kind of gas, precious forward there. But against the technicality, the power, and the defensive capabilities of Dan Ige, I do think he gets it done, and I do think he wins this fight at a high clip. I also think he has the power to put down Landwehr early on, like we've seen Landwehr be finished before. Give me the KO at plus 200.
Dan Ige, KO plus 200. I'm right there with you, Gordo, but I'm going to one-up you a little bit. I think it's early. Nate Landwehr has been knocked out twice in the UFC, actually. Once by Herbert Burns. Yeah, you heard that right. And then once by Julian Erosa. People that you really shouldn't be getting knocked out by, especially in the first round. Nate Landwehr, I like him. He's super exciting, but he's very reckless. He leaves a lot of openings, and Dan Ige hits like a truck. So I think Dan Ige not only knocks out Nate Landwehr, but probably does it in the first round here. Plus 450 for that. I think it's very much on the table this week. Lou, what do you like for this fight?
Okay, so mine's going to be a combo of those plays. I'm going to do Ige round 1, round 2 on DraftKings. It's plus 165. You guys broke it down perfectly. I think Landwehr is very hittable. And I hate doing it, Brady, because last fight, he got us a round 2 submission for all the money. But unfortunately, this is a what have you done for me lately industry, as I've read by every YouTube comment ever. So sorry, Nate, but you're too hittable here. Ige's pretty tough. I do worry because Landwehr has gone for takedowns in his last 3 fights. I think he's more than capable of at least attempting it here. I don't think his grappling is good enough to hold Ige down. The Korean Zombie's grappling is pretty underrated, and they had really drilled him on that. He was at fight ready for Korean Zombie was at fight ready for that one, and they had drilled him as that being the strategy. Controlled Ige for, I believe, at least 3 of the rounds were very, very easy that he had control time. So I don't think Landwehr could do that here. He may not get the chance to do that here. I think Ige is gonna, and if Ige hits him in the same spots that Lingo did, Landwehr's not recovering from this. So Ige round 1, round 2 for me, plus 165 is a pretty decent price.
Sounds good. And Cody, what are you liking on this one?
Yeah, what I'm gonna most likely end up betting if the casino ever drops the line is I'm gonna be betting the over 2.5. I believe it's minus 115. I don't think Dan Ige is like the knockout puncher like that we think he is like that. Really, if you go look, if he was, he would have knocked out some of the dudes that beat him out of his 4 out of the last 6 losses. But even before that, if you go back to before he knocked out Damon Jackson, which is a good win, but that's how he gets beat. And then he had that 22-second knockout over Gavin Tucker, which I think was pretty lucky. It wasn't lucky, but Gavin Tucker is actually pretty good. But then if you go back before that, he's going to decision with Barbosa, Bektik, Kevin Aguilar, Jordan Griffin, Julio Arce, people like that, even in wins. The other ones besides Arce were all in wins. Nate Landwehr is actually durable as hell. I know it might not seem like it if you just go, but he got hit with big-ass knees. The Herbert Burns one's inexcusable, but he did hit him with the perfect freaking knee. And it was after he had him in a guillotine, too, a tight guillotine. And I thought Herbert Burns was about to be done, gassed out. But I don't think he is. If you go watch Nate Landwehr fight in Russia, dude, he had some wars with some really badass dudes. And I just don't think Dan Ige, I think he's good. And I think he might be a little level above Landwehr. But Landwehr's a top 15 guy, and Ige is a top 10 to 15 guy, in my opinion. I don't think he's a top 10 guy, and he shows it when he fights them guys. But I really do think Landwehr is going to be able to survive this. I could even see a lower, slow output boxing match like you've seen with Landwehr and Lingo before he ended up getting him out of there in the second round. And even with Ige and Damon Jackson, they were almost to the end of the second when he knocked out Damon Jackson. And Nate Landwehr is way more durable with way better striking to me than Damon Jackson. So give me the over. Minus 115. I really think this goes over. I really don't think Ige, he could hit him with a big shot, but I think that even if he drops him, he'd recover like he did against Onama. I don't think Ige just starches him. So
all right,
over.
A little bit opposite there. I'm taking the KO1. Lou taking the Crap, I messed this up here.
Round 1, round 2,
Yeah,
plus 165.
Okay, I got it now. And then Gordo, you're taking just a KO plus 200, right? And then it's just screwing this up. And then what is going on here? It's like I'm fried. Okay, I think I got it now.
You're on vacation time. You already
I've really maybe I'm already on vacation, but let's see here. Ige money line, Ige KO says TBB, easy win. We got Ice Viking in the chat. What is up, Ice Viking? We got Victor Jesus hanging out. What is up here? All right, guys, let's keep moving on. We have 3 fights left. We have Mike Malott going against Adam Fugit. We have Mike Malott minus 205, Adam Fugit plus 175. We'll start with Cody. What are you liking for this fight here?
Give me Adam Fugit inside the distance. So plus 300. Actually, give me him by TKO, plus 350. I haven't seen nothing that great on Malott. Like, I know he did take Johan Lioness down and submit him, but he was getting pieced up by Mickey Gall before he was able to land that big shot. Like, his nose was busted. He was not looking good, and he landed that short left hook. Even against Solomon Renfro, if you go watch that fight, Solomon Renfro was piecing him up for like the first 2 minutes. He even dropped him, and then he hit him with the shot. But Solomon Renfro doesn't have the best chin in the world. I think Adam Fugit's like a big, well-rounded dude. I think he's super tough. I think if you go watch him fight Morales, who I think Morales is better than Malott, he took some big shots in there and gave some big shots back. Like, and that was on 9 days notice. And he gave him a dog fight. Like, I had bet Morales in that fight, and I'm like, holy shit, going into the 3rd round, like, this is a close fight. And Morales looked like he was gassing in the 2nd round. I think Fugit's tough as hell. I think Malott's going to have to finish him in the 1st round. I think Malott will try hard to get the finish in the 1st round, but I don't think he's going to get it because he hasn't fought somebody as tough as Fugit yet. And I think Fugit's going to survive it, and I think he's going to start taking over, man. That fight with Morales was nice, and then seeing what he did with Kinoshita. He throws big shots. He's got good wrestling. I think he's going to have better wrestling. He's got college wrestling experience over Malott. As long as he don't get caught in like some submission, I think he survives the 1st round and starts taking over in that 2nd. He's a junkyard dog to me. I don't know if Malott has that in him. Nobody knows. The only time he's made it out of the 1st round, he went to a draw in Bellator against a dude that's 6'8" right now. So, yeah, man, give me Fugit, and I think he finishes him in that 2nd or 3rd round.
You get KO plus 350 there. Yeah, I'm going the opposite route. I actually do think Malott does start Fugit in the 1st round. And I was going to go with the Mike Malott to win in the 1st round, but it's only plus 170, and the fight won't start round 2 is plus 140. So I'm just going to take the fight won't start round 2 at plus 140 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Mike Malott, 9 wins, all 9 in the 1st round. Mike Malott, 1 loss. The loss came in the 1st round. I think it's just going to be an absolute car crash. Both guys are dangerous. Both guys can be finished there. I think it is Mike Malott getting that 1st round finish, but it wouldn't shock me if you get knocked out a very hittable Mike Malott in the 1st round as well. So give me the fight won't start round 2 here, plus 140, and what should be just an absolute chaotic car crash in my opinion. Lou, what do you like in this fight here?
I'm going to go with in the distance for Fugit. I'm going with Cody's side. I'm not going to do the KO, though. I think the sub's still viable. The only thing, I just want to bring up 2 things that Cody did. I can forgive the Malott split decisions. That was in 2014, I think. But everything he said about his strength of schedule and everything is completely 100% accurate. One thing that not mentioned, Fugit's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage here too. Malott looks like an absolute monster, but Fugit's going to be the bigger guy here. I think he can withstand. I just want to echo what Cody said. I think he can withstand the shots better than Malott will be able to. And I don't know, man. He cashed me a ticket against Kinoshita. I think he can go 2 for 2 here. So it's 275 in the distance on DraftKings. I don't know if there's a better number. I'm sure FanDuel is a better number here.
I see 300 on BetOnline. So we'll go 300 for you. All right. And Gordo, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, I'm going to go here. I'm going to back my Canadian, and I really wanted to pick him in that way. I think he's really talented, man, really offensively gifted, but you are so right. Defensively, he can be hit, and we don't know his strength of schedule, and we don't know how his cardio looks after round 1. There are those question marks, so I'm going to take the square bet, and I'm going to go fight doesn't start round 3, minus 200. I think there's no way that this fight does start that long, considering not only the question marks around him a lot, but with his offensive skill set. I mean, this guy's no joke in my opinion. I think he has the skills to get it done. With that being said, playing it on the safer side, right? Because Fugit is someone who is durable, who is, like you guys said, a junkyard dog, and who will be in Malot's face. So as much as I want to cheer for Malot, as much as I do think he gets it done, let's go a bit safer here and take the fight to start round 3.
What line on that?
-200. Not very pretty, but
I think that's a really good line for a Mike Malott fight.
-200. You're never gonna make it in this town betting -200.
not on this show, but I think from like a betting. I think it's a really good bet.
I already had the old timey voice queued up, dude.
That's a good bet.
No matter what.
This is a setup spot like Caceres versus Pineda. I don't know. Mike Malott and Alex Caceres couldn't be like any more different. I mean, I don't know. A lot by decision. I hope not for my bankroll's sake there. We got our guy Clint in the chat. What is up, Clint?
What up, Clint?
You get by destruction, and he's adding Gordo on it.
This feels targeted, man. The Canadian hate.
Me and Clint got the same bet, 2 units on Fugit at +175. So we're in this one together.
As long as there's a finish, I'll be happy. All right. So we have 2 fights left, guys. We have the best fight on the card in what probably should be what feels like the main event. We got Charles Oliveira going against Beneil Dariush. We got Beneil Dariush -145, Charles Oliveira +125. We'll kick it off with Lou Betya. What do you like for this fight here?
I have to bring up that we've had this recent string of co-main events that everybody and their mother swore was going to end inside the distance. Then we got the Walker fight with Anthony Smith. We got the Caceres fight. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of these fights. Do I have the balls to bet any kind of time prop here? No. I like Dariush. He's -140, 145, depending on the book. I'm making this as tame as possible and just taking Benny outright. I do think he has decision equity here. He's not going to be afraid to dive into Oliveira's guard when he inevitably knocks him down, because Oliveira gets knocked down every fight. If Dariush goes up 2 rounds to nothing, don't be surprised if he tries to play it a little safer, gets this to the ground, and just tries to win minutes and not go for a finish. So I'm not touching any time prop here. Just give me Dariush outright.
All right, Dariush money line for Lou. Gordo, what do you like in here?
Yeah, I really do have another square under 2.5 spot booked here because I do think that's the way it goes. But let's catch Lou. 1 fight to go. Let's have some fun on this.
You're not going to make it with -210s in this time.
I'm not going -210 there. I'm taking the Beneil Dariush round 3 KO +2,500 on this one. This is one. Oh, yeah, that gets a reaction from you. There we go.
Okay.
To me, we have one of the most dangerous fighters in the world here in Charles Oliveira. There's no question about that. That's why I lean towards under 2.5. What we've seen from him is not only is extremely hittable, and he has been knocked down in a lot of these fights. We've also seen when he can't have that success early on, sometimes he does like to wane. I like the cardio of Dariush. I like the way that Dariush is still staying in these fights. And I think that number is just a bit wide considering the defensive tendencies of Charles Oliveira. So give me a late finish for Dariush, mostly just trying to catch Lou. The pick would be an under, but just let's have some fun.
What line did you get on that, Gordo?
+2,500.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I had another pass, I think it would pass on this one because, I mean, there's a spot I really like, but I mean, it's not going to do any damage in terms of, catching up in this game. So I'll just give that. I like the under 2.5 rounds, -185. I even like it more after hearing the Charles Oliveira interview this week. But yeah, I think this goes under at a very high clip. I think this fight's probably going to finish under 1.5. You know what? What is the under 1.5 rounds? Plus, I'll go under 1.5 rounds, +110, get some plus money at least, so I don't lay -185 on the show. So under 1.5 rounds for me, +110. That's what I'll go with. Cody, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, man. I like Charles Oliveira inside the distance at +170, I believe.
I think +200 is the best price.
+200. I think it's just some crazy recency bias, to be honest, because Charles Oliveira is a savage. I don't go with his, he has a cardio problem. Like he finished Dustin Poirier in the 3rd round, and then Kevin Lee, dudes that put all their effort into it. He survived that and then was able to push back harder. I think that if Beneil Dariush had fought Charles Oliveira's last 4 fights, he'd be 0-4. And then fights where Oliveira's 3-1. I don't think that Dariush could beat Gaethje, Poirier, Chandler. I think all them dudes, he's too slow in striking. So I think that the wrestling, like even if you check it out, like Oliveira's wrestling, like he started stopping Islam's takedowns in that second round. And then he just happened to get caught standing up, but he actually stopped a couple takedowns. Pretty good get up game. I think the grappling is going to cancel out. And then from there, I think that Oliveira has way better striking, like kicks where Beneil barely uses kicks. Beneil has decent striking, but he's slow. You know, it's not really like technical. Like Oliveira is going to be coming forward, technical striking. If he can start getting his clinch going with them knees to the body, like he was hitting Poirier with, I think he's going to do a lot of damage to Beneil. Beneil gets rocked a lot. Like he's been rocked against Jakar Close, Drew Dober, what's his name? Ferreira had him rocked. So I mean, he's getting hurt against them guys. He went life and death with Diego Ferreira. And if you go look at who Beneil's been beating too, it's very low level compared to what Charles Oliveira has been fighting. You know what I mean? Like Beneil's been beating like Scott Holtzman and I mean, the Mateus win was good, but he had nothing to worry about other than grappling, and that's his specialty. Like Mateus has no striking, but yeah, Beneil's been beating like Frank Camacho, Jakar Close, Scott Holtzman, Ferreira, old Tony Ferguson, then Gamrot. I just think that Oliveira's got this. I'm like really confident on Oliveira this week too. So give me him inside the distance. I think he's too slow. Plus, Beneil loves to get in them firefights. And I think once the grappling don't work and they just get in that firefight, I just trust Oliveira striking way more.
All right. Yeah, I don't mind it. I was tempted on that Oliveira inside the distance at plus 200. I think it's a solid number. Dylan agreeing with you, saying Oliveira all the way. I'm saying Charles submission round 2. Nate Landwehr first round KO, and that'd be interesting. Yeah, Clint saying Benny got dragged to the mat and tapped by Chiesa via the body lock 2 long time ago. I know, but Charles in the clinch, I think, is the key. Yeah, very much on the table there. And then Lou, you're not friends with Clint anymore. Why? What happened?
I don't like that analysis. I don't like him going against I liked him when he agreed with Fugit. Yes. Mm-hmm. You had me, and then you lost me.
Yeah, so maybe he can get you back in this main event. What do you say?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We'll see.
Main event time. We got Amanda Nunes, Irene Aldana. Let's start with Cody. What do you like in this main event?
I like Nunes inside the distance, to be honest. At minus 140, minus 130. I think she gets it done. I'm not sure. I don't know if she gets it done early or late, but I just think that she can beat her up really bad on the ground. Like what Macy Chiasson was doing to Aldana on the ground does not look good. And if Nunes is doing that with the jiu-jitsu that she's got and just the cardio and pace, this is a short notice fight, you know, too, for Aldana. I'm not sure how short, couple weeks, couple months, or a month or so, but I mean, she was supposed to fight Pena just like, you know, a month ago or whatever. So, I think that Nunes is super smart, has super great fight IQ. She's good wherever this fight is. Obviously, Aldana is going to have the better striking, but I just think that that Nunes is smart, great fight IQ, and she's going to control where this fight plays out. And I think that it's going to look like that Jermaine Durandamy fight, but I think that she can get some ground and pound and maybe get a finish here.
All right, Nunes inside the distance, minus 130. Lou, what do you like in this fight here?
The combo props on FanDuel are eligible for this, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, you and I were talking earlier in the week how this sub prop is just crazy mispriced, especially with Aldana, who's somebody that Macy Chiasson took her down 3 times. D1 Holly Holm took her down 5 times. She can easily be taken down. Nunes can take her down at ease if she wants. And if she does, I don't know how you don't give somebody with a complete grappling advantage here and look at the Gordo is like, must be on the same kind of prop. Like,
so
round 1 through round 3 on FanDuel, round 1 through round 3 sub specifically for Nunes is plus 600. The 1-2 sub is plus 750. Honestly, I may as well take an extra 5 minutes if only have to spend $1.50 in value. So round 1 through round 3 sub for me is the play.
All right, Nunes sub at round 1 through round 3. FanDuel special plus 600. Gordo, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, there's a reason why I lose in first place, and I'm not, is because he takes the shots like that. Well, I'm sticking here with, well, I didn't mean to insult blood money with this too, but I'm taking the Nunes inside the distance as well. I'm with Cody here. You know what, man? I have a lot of ways I could talk about this, a lot of things to say, but the truth is, I think Nunes is on another level. And although there's all those narratives and people picking Aldana because Nunes' heart's not being in there, I see Clint pointing at something there as well. To me, it truly just is. You have the greatest female fighter of all time, one with many advantages, not only in the wrestling but also in the power heroes. And I think that Irene Aldana has a very slim shot towards success. I'm not saying it's impossible. If your heart's not in it, sometimes you can't win fights. But I do think that Nunes is levels above here, and she's able to display that once again. Give me the inside the distance line. I think she makes it look easy.
All right. I'm going to take a pretty big plus money prop that actually stuck out to me. I'm going to take the Amanda Nunes submission round 1 at plus 1,500. It actually was plus 1,600, but it got bet down a little bit. So Nunes sub 1 plus 1,500. Like Lou brought up the Chiasson, like the Chiasson fight was just a terrible look for me. You know, Chiasson, took her back, got an amount. I think Nunes, high-level black belt, should take her down. I mean, that's the path of least resistance. Do you want to stand with Aldana, who hits like a truck, or do you want to take her down and make quick work of her? I like Nunes sub 1 plus 1,500. Clint's bringing it up. As long as Nunes is motivated for this fight, I think she just runs right through at the Aldana. But there is, that narrative stuff that kind of scares me away a little bit from Nunes. But I think if she does show up, she's ready to go. I think she's just better everywhere by a mile there. So, and PD saying Nunes done. They said the same thing about Nunes in the last fight against Juliana Pena, and Nunes went out there to put on the biggest ass beating I've ever seen. So I'm glad you're saying that.
She scored 800 points, I think, in draft.
Everybody was on Pena. Everybody was on Pena, and Nunes reminded everybody. Hopefully, Nunes reminds people once again, but we shall see if she's taking this fight serious or not. All right, guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to go over everybody's bets, make sure everything's correct. We got everything right. And then what we're going to do is we are going to give our best bet of the card. So if you hit this best bet, your profit is going to double. Like, for example, Cody, last time he was on, he hit the Kyle Bahio sub 2 plus 750. That was his best bet. He doubled that and got 15 units. So let's start with myself. I'm going to be taking Belbita moneyline minus 105. I'm passing on the Dvorak fight, only pass of the week. Builder, the Nelson draw plus 6,600. I'm taking the Arichi Lang moneyline minus 105. Jazz Devicious plus 3.5 plus 125. Curtis KO3 plus 2,000. Marc-Andre Barrio, round 3 decision plus 140. Dan Ige KO1 plus 450. Mike Malott fight won't start round 2 plus 140. Dariush under 1.5 plus 110. And the Nunes sub 1 plus 1,500. So I narrowed it down to 3 for my best bet. I want to go big. It's either the Builder draw plus 6,600 to win a lot of units. I mean, that would win the game there. So I could win the game.
No, you would. It's not over if you hit it.
If I hit that, I mean, but I'm not. I won't do it.
Do it.
No. Because if it hits, I'll be happy with it. It's between Curtis KO3 or Danny. I'll go Dan Ige KO. It's not crazy, but Dan Ige KO 1 plus 450. I think that's very, very much on the table. That would be 9 unit hit there for me. So give me that as my best bet. We'll go to Lou. Lou, you are passing on the Belbita fight, only pass to the card. You're taking the Dvorak under 2.5 rounds, plus 145. You're taking the Kyle Nelson Yambags, plus 2,000. Arichi Lang money line, minus 105. Jazz Devicious point spread, plus 3.5, plus 125. Imavov split decision win, plus 800. Eric Anders KO, plus 330. Dan Ige to win in rounds 1 or rounds 2, plus 165. Adam Fugit inside the distance, plus 300. Dariush money line, minus 145. And Nunes sub in the first, second, or third round, plus 600. Lou, is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the entire card?
It's correct. Remember when I said my bets were tame today? And everything I had was like minus? Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know how this happened. I'm going to go Fugit in the distance is my best bet. I really like him in this spot, and I'll take a 6-unit leap with that one.
Not a bad look at all.
If you would have done the draw, I would have done the Yambag. And we both could have hit our best bets on that and have been like, see, it's not over yet.
I was tempted to do it.
You'd have only gained 92 units on me in that.
That'd be wild. All right. Let's see. Gordo, you're taking the Belbita money line, minus 105. The Ursig finish only plus 160. The Builder under 2.5, minus 140. You are taking the Arichi Lang money line, minus 105. Maverick decision, minus 145. You're passing on the Curtis fight. You're taking the Marc-Andre Barrio money line, minus 130. Dan Ige KO plus 200. The Malott fight won't start round 3, minus 200. Dariush KO 3 plus 2,500. And Nunes inside the distance, minus 130. Gordo, is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the card?
All that correct, and one is not like the other. I got at least one big plus money in there, right? Best bet for me, similar to you. I have circled the Dan Ige KO at plus 200. I think that has a way better implied probability than the line suggests. I'll take it.
All right. Cody, you're taking Maria Oliveira decision plus 130. Dvorak, you're passing on. You're taking the Builder over 2.5 rounds plus 120. Arichi Lang decision plus 160. Maverick decision minus 145. Curtis KO 3 plus 2,000. Mark Andre Barrio decision plus 170. Dan Ige over 2.5 rounds minus 110. Adam Fugit KO plus 350. Charles Oliveira inside the distance plus 200. And then Amanda Nunes inside the distance minus 130. Is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the card?
Yeah, it is. I was gonna. Lou took my pick. I was gonna do the Adam Fugit, so I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna go with the Charles Oliveira inside the distance.
Nice. All right.
Like
so we all have
that Muay Thai is gonna get him.
So we all have pretty decent plus money shots for these best bets. Cody, if you hit yours 4 units, Gordo, same thing. Lou, 6-unit hit, and me, 9-unit hit. So let's see if we can hit these best bets, get some good results for this card. And let's see if we can hit that Blake Builder draw 66-1 and take the lead. Let's
Draw
go.
bags.
Draw bag. Yeah, you hit your yen bags. I'll hit my draw. We'll both cash. We'll both be very happy. I like it. All right. So this is the Lewis show ever.
No, because I know you're going to say like where the people can find you. I'm like, Clint, you might want to hear this one.
Oh, I got you. I do want to shout out Big Hotel real quick for the dono. Appreciate you, Big Hotel, saying fun show today. Good guest. I live in Vancouver. Stoked. Nice. Are you going to the card? If so, enjoy. It should be a very fun one there. All right. So we're going to kick it around the panel. We'll start with you, Lou. Lou, let the people know where they can find you and your plans for the rest of the week. I know you have a big show. You have a couple big shows coming up.
I'm going to break down the Belmont and the Champions League, which are both on Saturday. I'm going to do that tomorrow morning and post them. I'm doing the props to consider and then maybe bet with Liam. That's at 2 p.m. Happy hour with Monk. But Saturday, probably 11 a.m., I will post it. I am going to review all the bets I have for all 3 sports on a new show called the Lou Betya Jr. Saturday Sports Jackpot Wad, sponsored by Royal Dance Danish Butter Cookies. That's right. Royal Dance Danish Butter Cookies. They're not that good, but you can store tons of contraband in them.
Yes, you can.
Brought to you by Royal Dance. The Jackpot Wad this Saturday. When? Saturday.
Let's go.
What a promo.
Yeah.
Gordo, can you...
No alcohol tonight either, by the way. I am been totally sober.
Nice. There you go. Well, the bar is closed.
So this is what you got in lieu of it. You're going to ask me what you find.
In lieu of it.
Fair enough. Gordo, can you top that?
No, not even close, dude. What do you want me to do? I can't do that, man. What's going on here? But no, I'm actually done for content this week. So maybe my excitement goes somewhere else. I have a flight home tomorrow night. I'm going back towards Canada, not Vancouver, unfortunately, but I'm going back up north to see some friends, to graduate there, collect my undergrad. But it's still going to be a fun card. Look forward to watching it. All my content can be found at the Plays and Fades YouTube channel. I think it's linked in the bio down below. If not, follow me on Twitter as well, at Gambles Gordo. I'll be happy to talk fights with you guys. Wish everyone the best of luck, and hopefully we get ourselves a good show so we can be back in Canada soon enough.
There we go. Congratulations on graduating. That is awesome. Cody, any big promo before we head out of here?
Just the fact that after this week, there's going to be a change to that leader list. Be up there on number 1.
Yeah, it's going to be Brady.
Brady he gets 99 units this week. But no, I just appreciate you having me on the show. If you guys want to check me out, I'm on YouTube. I think you said you put the link up there.
Yes, sir.
And then I got Twitter and Instagram at Blood Money MMA Bets, and just you can check me out there. I want to say what's up to Clint. Said that we got the same picks, which is good because I know he's killing it this year. So I'm happy with that. I'm pretty sure we're going to take that number 1 spot over this week.
Let's go. All right, guys. All my content is posted throughout the week besides the betting breakdown. That'll be out early tomorrow. Best of luck. UFC 289 should be a very, very good card. Interested to see how we do this week. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. So leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Go subscribe to these guys, and we'll talk to y'all very soon. See you guys later.
Later, guys.